Yo, what's up, guys? So it's looking like the Chicago Bulls have played their final game for this NBA season. Pretty sad to see, but at the same time, I didn't want to see the Chicago Bulls play another game with Jim Boylen as their head coach. But yesterday, by the time this video goes up, Woj and Casey Johnson were tweeting about like the NBA playoffs and everything. By the time this video goes up, it's probably already happened. But each of the 22 teams will play 8 regular season games in Orlando for seeding purposes in the playoffs, and of those 22 teams, the Chicago Bulls are not included. Pretty much, if the 9th seed is more than 4 games behind the 8th seed, the 8th seed earns the playoff spot, and the Chicago Bulls are way past the 8th and 9th seed. I'm pretty sure we're 11th in the East, so we're not even close to this, so it kind of sucks, but like I said, I don't want to see another, Jim Boylen coach Bulls game. The Bulls need to fire him ASAP. But by the time this video goes up, it will be Thursday, and yesterday the Advocate Center has opened up, for voluntary workouts and such, and it's pretty much been opened up for socially distanced workouts with coaches for the first time in forever. So it's good to see that the Bulls are finally opening up and everything's kind of getting back to normal, even though, the Bulls season's pretty much over. Like I said, the 22-team playoffs or whatever is going to begin, and the Bulls will, that will end the Bulls' 2019-2020 season. So it's official, the Bulls are projected to get the 7th pick in this year's draft for the 4th year in a row. And that, I hate to say that, because what NBA team gets the 7th pick for 4 years in a row? Even though I do believe the Bulls drafted all good, solid players with their 7th pick for the past 3 years. I'm really high on Lauri Markkanen, really high on Wendell Jr., really high on Coby White. I really just hope Lauri continues to put on some more muscle and, continue to expand his game. He really needs a good post, game to be a true star in this league, I believe. I mean, he has a lot of potential. He needs to get bigger and stay healthy. Same with Wendell Jr. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, he's short for his center, but he can still hold down the paint. He is a defensive monster. He had that huge block on Russell Westbrook that I will never forget. We have talented players. They just need to stay healthy and get stronger. Coby White has looked like a stud. He's going to be a great point guard, 1-2 combo with Zach LaVine. Coby White should have been starting this whole season, obviously, but Jim Boylen's a clown and decided to keep him on the bench for the whole season. I'm pretty sure Coby started one game. We won that game, and then the season got canceled. So it just sucks that we're getting the 7th pick in this year's draft. But at the same time, the Bulls have drafted well, and we got a new front office, and I hope they continue that trait and draft a good stud. And speaking of the 7th pick, I'm going to pull up some NBA mock drafts to see, who we are projected to get with the 7th pick. But before I get into that, make sure you leave some comments below letting me know who you guys want the Bulls to draft if we get the 7th pick. We are projected to get the 7th pick, but hey man, we could always move up, hopefully. I mean, we haven't moved up in 3 years. We fell down and stayed at 7 for every year, which is pretty sad. It's pretty pathetic, honestly. The Bulls need some luck, man. We just had a great documentary come out. We finally blew up our whole front office. I just hope that basketball gods give us some luck and move up in this draft. And the first target that, I see a lot of NBA mock drafts having the Bulls select is Owenke Okanwu. I have no clue how to say that name. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. But he averaged pretty much 16 points and pretty much 9 rebounds a game as a freshman this season out west. He's only 19 years old. He's 6'9". He's 245 pounds. He can either play the small forward or power forward position. He was a 4-year starter at Chino Hills High School in California. He played alongside Lonzo and LaMelo Ball. And I wouldn't mind us drafting him. I mean, he would be a good, small forward or power forward. Like I said, he averaged 16, 9, and assists a game. He shot pretty much 61% from the field, which is really good. But the only negative about him, he's not a good free throw shooter. He only shot 72% from the line. And in his 28 games played, he played about 30 minutes a game. He only shot 25% from deep. And that's really bad, honestly. I want the Bulls to draft a good 3-and-D type small forward. Pretty much, I wish we could honestly draft a better Otto Porter. But of course, he'd be way cheaper. And hopefully, he could stay healthy and on the court. And another name that I see a lot of people linking to the Chicago Bulls is Killian Hayes. He's an American-French professional basketball player. You know, he's only 18 years old and he's 6'5". He mainly plays the point guard position. I see a lot of people in the comments below saying the Bulls should draft him. And, you know, I'm sure he's a good player and all, but I don't see a reason why we should draft another point guard. I mean, Coby White has looked like, you know, the point guard of the future. You know, he played amazing in those few months. He was averaging like 25, 5 and 5, and that's crazy talk because Coby White's like 19, 20 years old. So I don't really see us drafting a point guard. I mean, he wouldn't be a bad option. I believe he could be, a decent player. But, you know, if I was the Bulls front office, I would not draft a point guard. I would draft a small forward, definitely. Maybe a power forward even. Definitely let me know what you guys, think we should or who we should draft. And another name that I see a lot of NBA mock drafts have the Chicago Bulls drafting is Denny Avia. He is a Serbian professional basketball player. He's also only 19 years old. You know, he plays small forward and power forward. He's 6'9", 220. And, you know, the thing I like about all these mock drafts, they have us drafting a lot of, like, tall, small forwards. And I feel like that, that's kind of like the new thing in the NBA. Like, Kevin Durant, he's a 6'11", small forward. He's a stud. He's one of the best players in the league. And the only thing with this guy, I don't know why, maybe, of course, our new front office, Arcidiacono really likes overseas players. But there's nothing too special about this man. I mean, overseas this year, he played 26 games. He didn't even play that much. He only played about 14 minutes a game. And he only averaged about 4 points. And so, honestly, I wouldn't draft him right now. You need to take a chance in the NBA. And I wouldn't be mad if, Arcidiacono took a chance. But the player that I want the Chicago Bulls to draft with the 7th pick, or if we move up, is Obi Toppin. And I see a lot of people saying that he's not going to fall to 7. He's too talented. But you never know, man. The NBA draft is crazy. We could always move up. We could always make a trade. Who knows? We have a whole new front office. But my number one guy right now is Obi Toppin. I mean, in his 2019-2020 season, he averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, while shooting 63% from the field. He's a sophomore for the Dayton Flyers. He's 6'9", 220 pounds. He's from Brooklyn, New York. But yeah, like I said, I'm really high on this man. He is super athletic. He has good size. His defense is okay. He's really fast. The only thing that scares me is his jump shot. His jump shot's not the best. But of course, that's, the easiest thing to probably improve on in the NBA is your jump shot. I mean, if you're tall, lengthy, and, athletic, you're going to fit in with this league. Of course, he's going to need a better jump shot, and hopefully in this league, he'll be a good 3-and-D type player. I mean, he's super athletic, like I said, so that's just a plus. He has really high potential. His rebounding is okay. He's NBA ready. You can just look at his body and everything. His post skills is okay, but that also needs to improve. The only thing that really scares me is that, like, his NBA comparisons are Kenyon Martin and Shawn Marion. I mean, Kenyon Martin was a stud in this league, but I really want the Bulls to draft more of a small forward. I mean, I feel like Obi Toppin can play the 3 position. I mean, I see a lot of people saying that he's too, slow and he's too big to play the 3, but I don't believe it. I mean, he's super athletic. I believe he could, handle the 3 position fine in this league, but you never know. I mean, Shawn Marion and, like I said, Kenyon Martin were both really solid or pretty good players in this league, I'd say. I mean, this is my number one guy right now. I mean, that can change. The NBA draft is still far away. But yeah, guys, definitely leave some comments below who you guys want the Chicago Bulls to draft and why. Thank you for all the love and always watching my videos. Make sure you go watch my past few. There's been a bunch of big Bulls news coming out. But yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe out there and you guys are enjoying this content and these Bulls videos. I love making them. So thank you guys for all the love and support recently. Keep leaving any questions you got below for me for the next mailbag video. Have a good one.